Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So today I want to talk about something very serious about what's going on in our country and with our politicians. I believe under the First Amendment, it is the people's right to know, and that this should not be censored or edited or deleted or even have any type of modification, meaning to the voice or cutting out certain parts, or even monetization of this. This page is a free speech page under the First Amendment of the Constitution, which is a contract on which your country and your company has agreed to. So under that contract and those terms, it's most requested that you respect the terms of said contract, or these contracts will become void and nullity. So now that legal thing's out of the way, as you've been seeing through my videos, as I've been creating and showing videos, you have seen, one, that the United States is not the United States, that it's a private corporation. Two, that obviously officers are corrupt. And I wanted to read this. It is not the duty of the police to protect you. Their job is to protect the corporation. They're hired by the corporation to protect the corporation. That's why they have HRs who are protecting the business when they do something wrong. Well, we do this for the people. That's why we send our HRs to protect our company. So we do this for you. We just want to protect our image. They have internal affairs, district attorneys who are protecting the image. But what most people don't know is that once a person signs with a company like the State of California LLC or the City of Martinez, which is a private corporation as well, and they don't even actually have a charter. When I asked for the city charter, they weren't able to provide it. They said there was none. So under so they were never incorporated. They're actually a foreign agent and should be registered under the Foreign Registration Act, Foreign Registered Agent Act, which makes them a foreign corporation. Excuse me, I got a parch there. When cities don't have charters and they sign oaths and they lose their nationality by native-born or naturalized citizen by voluntary action upon burden of proof that you're a foreign agent, and this is under 8 U.S.C. Code 1481, which obviously we have proven this. But these cops who work for the public don't work for us. They work for the corporation because under Sapp versus Tallahassee and Riff versus City of Philadelphia and Lynch versus the New York Department of Justice, they arrest these code breakers in order to continue financing the corrupt, broken company. And so I wanted to show that these people have sworn an oath and that they are foreign. And I will give you the following names of the individuals who are hereby foreign agents to this country by law. Cheryl Mills, Contra Costa County Superior Court. Christopher Bowen, Contra Costa County Superior Court. Anita Santos. She is also a foreign agent. Patricia Scanlon, foreign agent. Nancy Davis Starks. Did I already say Miss Scanlon? Yes, I did. And I want to go back and touch on these last couple of judges. So, Nancy Davis Stark in 2019 tampered with the jury, disobeyed her own direct order in which she gave to the court to not speak to the jury or anybody outside of the jury. She allowed a jury member to openly defy her in front of them. This tampered with the jury, and this didn't affect my case. They edited certain stuff out of the case, such as the officer Peter Moreno saying, "I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened." Patricia Scanlon is just a crook. If she doesn't like you or she doesn't like what you are saying because it offends her, she'll ask you, "Is this a constitutional question?" Meaning that, well, I don't like the questioning you're asking, so if you're asking stuff about the Constitution, you better beware or I'm going to deem you incompetent. She actually had warned me previous to me going and becoming incompetent, and then finally then realizing, well, he's not incompetent, he knows what he's saying, and allowing me to be my attorney, but she doesn't know the difference between that and actual contempt of court. What I was involved in was contempt of court because I was outbursting. See, but there's two types of contempt of court. The first contempt of court is criminal. That's like me outbursting, yelling, interrupting, disrupting the courts. The second one is civil contempt. And civil contempt is me disobeying a direct order, which I could be held in both, but this is actually how you get around it. If it's criminal contempt, who is the victim? Well, the victim can't be the state because the state can't be a prosecutor and a victim because that would be a conflict of interest. And so you have to remember that the people do not represent us. We're not the people. Erie Railroad versus Thompson in 1939. We are not the people. These individuals that I have so far mentioned, both those judges have been involved in this. And I mentioned the other judge, Anita Santos, who railroaded me trying to go through the case very fast because she didn't want me to say very much. Now, Christopher Bowen on July 13th, 2018, knew the victim, Peter Moreno, in the case versus the people of the state of California government. The defendant Elijah Dominguez had a lawyer, Christopher Varnell. I was at that time I was not allowed to have an attorney removed, and Christopher Varnell decided to allow Richard Bowen to stay on the bench even though he knew the victim, and it would have been it was absolutely a conflict of interest. He believed that he could stay impartial, but he didn't. Once he heard what the victim said, I believe that his decision was already made up. And once he showed the finger to him, that made it even worse. And I believe that was inflammatory. These are types of things that people have to be aware of. Stephen K. Austin. So Stephen K. Austin, this man in a recent case in 2019 involving me, Mr. C.K. Austin decided in a workplace violence restraining order, which you have to be an employee to be a workplace violence restraining order. I am not an employee. Remember, we defined what an employee was, and I definitely am not an employee because I do not work for the United States or no part of no government. I've never have. This individual decided to get involved in my criminal matter and put a restraining order, basically absolutely restricting me from the city. Now, David Goldstein had did the same thing. He did it 100 yards, which was absolutely unconstitutional because basically 100 feet to 100 feet is basically the whole downtown every which way, because the mayor tried to do this with a couple buildings to ensure that I couldn't be in the downtown area, which I'm known to frequent because was where I lived at the time. Nancy Starks. I don't believe I mentioned her yet. But Mrs. Starks was the interferer with the criminal jury tampering. Cheryl Mills. Oh, Mrs. Mills. Miss Mills here is a foreign agent. She agreed with the state and sent me into a mental hospital for a number of years. Once they realized, a number of months, it felt like years, but once they actually did that, they violated the law. And she knew that they had no evidence. They didn't submit no medical documents, nothing like that. His finger was definitely bitten. It might have been bitten, or it could have been key cuffs. I had someone who looked at it that said it could have been key cuffs, and he's seen teeth marks like that before. Cheryl Mills is a crook. And by supporting and having knowledge and being silent, you are complying. And this is can't even read the name. Oh, this is a oath of office. The paper is blue because that was the type of paper that we had, but this is Angela Marie Lydian from she was the one who actually did the Contra Costa County case in 2018 regarding the mental incompetency. She's the one who signed off on it, even though I have a huge log in which I logged every information because I'm pro se now, in which they tried to send me to the hospital, which if they would have, I would have just wasted 3 years, whatever. And these officers, here's David Bowen. David Bowen also, in 2019, give me a second here. In 2019, David Bowen on December 13th decided, he's not going to allow me to have any witnesses. He's not going to allow any witnesses to appear. And when Mr. Bowen decided that, he decided, it's just the DA complaining then. And that means that there's a conflict of interest, obviously, because the DA works for the state, preparing and helping prosecute for the state. Now, these individuals are all considered dangerous. They should be considered armed and dangerous because they have, obviously, absolute power. And these individuals have decided to absolutely violate the law. And these people have decided to break the law and continue to break the law. And there has been probably more countless victims who had to suffer under this private corporation, who obviously is a private corporation from the videos that you've seen. If you don't believe me, give me a second here. I'm going to set this down, and I want to show you this. This is the officer's Bill of Rights. I recommend everybody who hasn't seen this to look at this. That's the code number there. I'll even say it. Government Code Section 3300-3311. And that's 3300 through 3311. These are all the constitutional rights that they have. And these are some of the laws that actually protect them. Again, 1871. This is 10 pages. What I find really interesting, like I said, give me a second here. You have to remember that we went into bankruptcy a long, long time ago. You could look up 5 USC 559. Oops. And that explains employees and government, meaning government of the United States. Agency, meaning an executive agency, but does not include the Tennessee Valley Authority. Employee is Section 3. And I couldn't find the other shit. Give me a second here. Crap. Oh, chasing after these people to win. Employee is, you're an employee of the United States. You can look up, also see, you want to see section 3 of that. I don't want to go into great detail because I've been having troubles and issues with my phone lately. If you're a citizen of any other country and you're coming in regarding schooling, you're involved in the corporation. It even applies and affects us. Here we go. Here's from the state of California. State of California, LLC. It's a corporation, it's a private business and private enterprise. So when they say we the people, they don't mean you the people, they mean we, the government. Here I find you guilty. So when those people sign an oath of office, or not an oath of office, when they swear an oath to be juries, they're swearing an oath to be basically government agents. Now, I want to show this because they're not working for you. They become the people, the government people. This is all the executive paperwork, some of it. It's been canceled, so it's no longer functioning. Nancy Pelosi. Remember, Nancy Pelosi runs the Senate. That's doing business as Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi doing business as that. Now here we go. California State LLC. Corporate docs. We the people, right? Now, here's something interesting. This is the 19 Corpus Juris Secundum on corporations, page 884, defining general considerations. And it actually says, I've underlined it here on the right side, the United States is a foreign corporation, if you can see it there. That's foreign. It's not for the people. It's for the private interest of themselves. Here, this is from Brad and Dunn Street. This is the private corporation of the courtrooms. The private business of the county jails. This is for the one in Richmond. This is the West County Detention Facility. They're privatizing off of us. Martinez Police Department. Private business under Duns and Bradstreet. Contra Costa County Martinez Detention. They call it either the Martinez Detention Facility or Contra Costa County Detention Facility. Bam! Right there. Private corporation. Obviously, we know that the Bar Association is a private corporation from our last video, but there it is again. Here's Duns and Bradstreet from the state. And in the front page. Make sure I can get that right there. State bar. They have two. So the first one is a C0017482. This is for the state bar. The second one is C0033212. It's also state bar. Whoop. This is for the corporations Nancy Pelosi is doing business as. She's registered in Florida. The California, ask the police officers if they're going under the California State Police Officers Association or if they're even connected to that. Because, because if they do in the state of California, well then keep in mind that under C0161943, California State Association of Police Officers. As you can see there, the domestic nonprofits and the FTB suspended. FTB suspended means franchise tax board suspended. I mean, they probably didn't pay their taxes. And then, okay, then what United States are you also in? You know? Remember, their cards are just union due cards. Look at these case laws here. These were all regarding payments. V. Wade, Drummond, Stalin. V. Wade was 1990. It's in V. Wade, 1990. In V. E. Gene Wade, JOYZELLEI. Wade. Debtors, E. G. Wayne, 1991, and in V. Wade, 1990, Drummond, that's DRUMMOND, versus Stahl, STAHL, 1980, and Scheel, that's SCHEEHLE, versus Justice of Supreme Court, 2005, and Arizona State Democratic Party versus the state. All of these. Even here's more. None of these private agencies have authority. And all these foreign agents are acting because you have to remember that. I'm gonna move my phone here. If you look under the cases of John L. Lewis versus the United States and the United States of America, and this is 680 F2D 1239 9th Circuit 1982, you'll find out that they are not part of the United States, that they are actually a foreign agent in regards to this, and they are treasonous. I will actually show you, since my back is hurting here, bending over like this. First, I want to show you this. This is you can see it there at the bottom. It got cut off, so I had to print the second page. You can see it all here for all those who will be in doubt. And this states that he was not part of the United States. So I want to go over the definition of foreign law. This is from the Law Dictionary. By foreign law are understood the laws of a foreign country. The state of America's unions are for some purpose foreign to each other, and all the laws for each other are foreign in the others. Meaning that anybody who tries, let's say the United States gives a command to to us over here. We don't have to follow it. We are independent from them. Now, the IRS actually has listed under 21.7.13.3.2.3 on 10/1/2009 under the IRS manual, line A, SSN of the owner, sole proprietor. Line 9A is SSN of the descendant, estate, trustee. Line 9A, SSN, ITN or EIN of the grantor or owner or custodian of trust. Government line 7 is a government line, SSN, ITN, EIN, or agent representative of the agent. And tax identification number, form SS4, line 7B through 9. Line 7B, SSNIN, ITIN, or EIN of the principal office, general partner, membership, or owner known as the responsible party. And it says corporation, partnership, UBO /UBT/POT business trust or LLC. Exceptions: Form SS4 applications mailed or faxed within the receive date of May 13, 2019. Cannot list an entity as an EIN as a responsible party. The responsible party must be an individual with a valid SSN ITN. Sole proprietor is under the line 9A, SSN ITIN of the owner. And I want to show you these forms. This is the first page from the IRS manual. This is the second page from the manual. And so we continue our video, and here's a list of United States. Which United States are you in? Which United States are you being tried in under the 14th Amendment? You know, you're living in a corporate fiction. This says for Supreme Court LLC. We're living in the mass, like I said, bank control. Here is the United States Incorporated. And this was United States, that was also United States of America Incorporated. It was spelled differently. The United States of America Incorporated. He said he was in. This is the United States of America Incorporated. You gotta read very closely. And this is the United States of America Mexico Corporation Incorporated. Like, literally, you're living in mass stupidity. For anybody who's a medical doctor, and remember when I mentioned HR 51, 116 Congress 2019? Well, I happen to have the page and document here with me. That today is, so United States of America Corporation. Give me a second here. Let me separate my document. So remember how I said we own no property? Well, we can buy property, anything we want, under the executive order after Bill Gates signed an executive order in 1992. Bam, we see this. The Federal Land Acquisition is a corporation. And all those who doubt the GATT case, here's the Senate documents. Social Security is a business. It's a business, a corporation. Again, Delaware. Why? Because Delaware is a private entity. Again, here's a Central Intelligence Authority Incorporated. Central Intelligence Corporation Incorporated. It's a business. It's a freaking business. Social Security, and it's not just Social Security. It's Social Security, Department of Health and Education and Welfare. I want people to realize that it's not just, it's the Social Security, Education, Health, and Welfare. So these companies are private businesses, and I want people to realize that when you pay your money to the Treasury Department, you're paying it to a corporation. Look, there's the document right there, boom. Now, if you look up Internal Revenue Service, it's been changed to Internal Revenue Service 8, like they're trying to help you. I didn't have that, I couldn't find that document, but, we're not the people. We're definitely not the people. You have to remember, in the original Virginia Charter, we lost the right to become the people. We didn't win the Revolutionary War. Here's the document. It's really hard to read the first Virginia Charter because the language is so old, and it really hurts my brain to try to read some of this. But we gave all our rights up to the King of England, and if you 49th private corporation. Here's the enactment that was created. So you have seen that you've seen that it's a business. You've seen that it has not been part of the union. It's private. And that these businesses are stealing from people. Are you awake yet? Oh, I guess I did find it. Internal Tax Revenue Audit and Services. They changed this actually now once I brought it up. But now it's been changed. But I have the original. If anybody wants to, I'll send them a hard copy. Again, Treasury Department, it's a private business. There has not been a Treasury Department for years, since 1927. Social Security is a fraud, remember that. They're working with the Department of Health and Education and Welfare. They are stealing from you. These corporations that do not care about you. I want people to look at this document because this is a very important document. This is from the Office of the Inspector General, and this is 1999, and this is regarding Social Security fraud. And the Office of the Inspector General investigated Social Security fraud on May 1999.